is, quoting Katie Telford, Katie Telford, top aide to Justin Trudeau, speaks at the Hogue inquiry against uniform rules for party riding nomination races, which are largely unregulated. As inquiry has heard, you needn't be a Canadian citizen or even permanent resident to vote in liberal nomination races. So try and understand, unlike India, where we have a system where the BJP decides the ticket, the party in power decides the ticket, there is no such thing as a primary. So let's say if I am, I vote in Ghatkopar East for my Vidhan Sabha, for my, state assembly. So there will be an election where, let's say, Parag Shah, Prakash Mehta, and others, they fight a race. And then we, the members of the Bharatiya Janata Party, hypothetically, I'm not a member of the Bharatiya Janata Party, will go and vote for whom we want to fight on the BJP ticket. And there, a Bangladeshi, a Pakistani, a Chinese person, anybody can come and vote in the BJP primary. So Indians try to understand what is happening. So let's say, hypothetically, there was XYZ ABC name person. Now this person is clearly loyal not to Ghatkopar East or to India, but is loyal to, let's say, Pakistan. And these people rig the primary so that when the BJP candidate gets elected through this race, he has no loyalty to India or Ghatkopar East, but has loyalties to Pakistan. This is what the Khalistanis do. So this is part one. They rig the liberal NDP nominations especially. Conservatives में थोड़ा मुश्किल होता है, मगर conservatives में भी घुस जिया जाता है. So conservatives में क्या होता है? You cannot vote as a non-citizen, or you have to be baseline a permanent resident of Canada to vote in a conservative nomination race. In the case of Liberal Party, it's the free world. किसी को भी जाके जो करना है करो. So what Khalistanis do over here is, कोई भी जाके वोट कर देता है. फिर जो कैंडिडेट जाता है ना, so whether the candidate wins the election or not doesn't matter. Let's say I'm throwing 100. Now 100 में से only 10 are going to win eventually. But all 10 mein, the probability of them being a Khalistani is like a 95% certainty. That's the problem of what is happening in Canada. Why I use the local Mumbai analogy is so that apne Indians understand how Khalistanis rig the system, especially in the Liberal and NDP. Slightly harder struggle in the Conservative Party, but believe me, they're getting there too. So वहां पे वो लोग क्या करते हैं मालूम है? इवन इफ आप परमानेंट रेसिडेंट हो, ये लोग उस परमानेंट रेसिडेंट के घर जाते हैं. एंड आई हैव हर्ड दिस स्टोरी फ्रॉम वेटरन कैनेडियंस हु हैव लिव्ड हियर फॉर 25, 30, 40 years, who have followed these people like a hawk. I'm not going to name them. I never name the source. So they explained to me how even conservatives के केस में it's harder, but they have successfully rigged in few occasions. तो वहां पे आपको वो मेंबरशिप लेनी पड़ती है, वो $15 की कुछ होती है, ऐसा कुछ होता है. तो ये लोग क्या करते हैं, बोलते तुम मत खर्चा करो, तुम अपने कार्ड से करो, मेरे कैंडिडेट के नाम पे, मैं तुमको रोकड़ा वापस दे दूंगा. Try and understand what is happening. Your card and become a member on your name. You don't have to spend anything. We are just using your card. Sometimes they are given prepaid cards, and we will give, or if they are using their card, we will give you that cash back. So even when the conservatives have created a roadblock, the Khalistanis are going one step further to make sure that, but they fail many times in the case of the Conservative Party is because there are other pushes and pulls in the Conservative Party, and they fail a lot of times there. But there are active Khalistani sympathizers that have gone in. So this is part one. I have explained how nominations are rigged in Canada. Every nomination, almost all the time in ridings, yani ki constituencies, where Indians are fighting elections, are rigged. They are rigged. No question about it. You are sending the wrong candidates. And this was explained in detail by Balraj Dale Saab on my podcast. I mean, लोग बोलेंगे क्या अभी खुद की पॉडकास्ट कोई प्रमोट कर रहा, भाई मैं क्या करूं, अगर कोई बलराज देल को बुला के बात नहीं करता तो मुझे ही करनी पड़ती है. मैंने आप लोगों को रोका नहीं था बलराज देल को बुला के explain करने को, I would highly recommend all of you go and discussion of mine with Balraj Deol about Khalistani politics in Canada. It is something you guys will learn tremendously from. This is the podcast. I'll put it up on the screen whenever you get your spare time. Khalistani politics in Canada. It is literally titled that. It's on my YouTube page, and I will even post the link. I will copy it right now and I'll post it in the live stream also for all of you, so that you can even see, you can click the link and watch this later. Here Balraj Deol Saab explains the nomination process, the rigging and everything in even further detail. That I have to repeat it is tragic, because ये मैंने 2 साल पहले किया था, 2 ढाई साल पहले I had done this podcast. एंड तब से मैं बस तब से लेकर अब तक barely लोगों ने सुना है. I mean, barely 14,000 people heard this, and this has more detail than what I'm doing today. But I know today's podcast will get more views than this one, unfortunately, because it's just a matter of timing. But honestly, a lot of this was explained in far more detail by Balraj sir in that podcast, about especially the bit of the nomination. He even went and explained how Jagmeet Singh actually took over the NDP. Now we have known the nomination. So people who are going in your municipal councils, going in your फेडरल पार्लियामेंट्स, जिसको बेसिकली विधानसभा को यहाँ पे फेडरल पार्लियामेंट बोलते हैं, मतलब प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट, सॉरी प्रोविंशियल पार्लियामेंट, आई करेक्ट माई सेल्फ, एंड देन द एक्चुअल फेडरल पार्लियामेंट जिसको हम लोकसभा बोलते हैं इंडिया में. सो whosoever goes there, these people are highly likely to be Khalistani.